Hello, welcome folks. It's time to get serious. It's time to get serious in Modern. And of course, what that means is it's finally time to break Scrybe Ranger. This card has stayed in the darkness for way too long, folks. It's time for Scrybe Ranger to dominate Modern. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a single copy that we're hoping to hit off our collective company. We're gonna try to see if it's actually good. Now, in reality, this was a suggestion that was brought up in my Discord. I always said that secretly, Scrybe Ranger is the best card in Maverick in Legacy. Of course, in Legacy, you are not only, using extra mana from Knight of the Reliquary and Noble Hierarch with your Scrybe Ranger, but you're also getting value from, particularly with cards like Mother of Runes. Scrybe Ranger is really busted with Mother of Runes. Also, Scrybe Ranger in Legacy doesn't die to Lava Dart. It does die to Lightning Bolt, but there's a lot less Lightning Bolt decks over there. There's also the fact that it blocks Delver of Secrets really well. So, like, Scrybe Ranger has a lot of upsides in Legacy that it doesn't really have in Modern. So I'm skeptical about the card, but I think the card is pretty sweet though. So we're gonna give it a shot. But yeah, the rest is the shell that I've been working on for a week, maybe two at this point. I don't remember when I started working on this deck, but yeah. So we're gonna have like the classics: Reclaimer, Knight of Reliquary, Courser, Tracker, 4 Dryads. I'm honestly not sold on whether I want 3 or 4 Dryads. It's definitely a big question mark, and it's probably one of the puzzles that I'm gonna want to try to fix here. Like, there are some obvious very good synergies with Dryad, right? Like, having access to extra Dryad combos really well with Ramineb Excavator and Fetchland / Ghost Quarters and whatever. But that's it, right? Like, and once that's it, once that's all that your Dryads are doing, realistically, like, it's not really great to have multiple copies of Dryad, right? Like, you always want to see the first copy, of course, because the first copy really works with your Valakut. But yeah, I don't know. Redundant copies are not great. We're gonna see how it works. It's definitely something that I'm interested in figuring out, particularly because I have been very impressed by Tracker and Courser in this deck, so I would like to have access to 1 extra copy of those cards, which, if I weren't playing Scrybe Ranger, is probably what I would be playing, by the way. Stubbs, coming back for the 18th month with the tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Stubbs. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Okay. Time for you to shine, baby. Time for you to shine. The year and a half of this, what am I doing with my life? Those are the questions, Stubbs. Those are the questions. So even though I have a bunch of lands, I'm gonna play this birdie off of a basic forest that I'm fetching for. So now my turn 2 Knight of Reliquary is gonna be a 4/4 instead of a 3/3, so it doesn't die to Lightning Bolt. Of course I don't know what I'm playing against, but that's just fine. So I'm playing the fetch land because now the knights are going to be a 5/5 when they come down, which is nice. This combos nicely with Tracker, by the way. Just good old Jando. Just good old Jando. I guess I'm doing that. Yeah, I guess I'm doing that. Getting rid of Bob is real nice here. Some friends here are trying to ban list Value Town with Spellqueller. What do you think about this splash? I think that's a different deck. Because you're gonna tell me, like, whenever you have any suggestions, I basically never take any suggestions from anybody unless they tell me why they're adding the cards that they're doing and which cards they're cutting. Both of those are very important. Because if you're telling me you're adding Spellqueller, but you don't tell me what you're cutting for the Spellqueller, then, like, your suggestion is pretty much worthless to me. Like, you're not really doing anything. So if you have a good reason for wanting to be playing Spellquiller, and then you have something that you're going to be cutting for it, then basically what I'm going to tell you is, like you whatever you cut, you're killing some of the deck synergies. Like there's just no way around it. So in the past there have been banned company decks with Spellquellers and stuff, but they were built differently, right? Like those decks were not playing Valak, and those decks were not playing Dryad. So that is the issue, that playing a card like Spellqueller. Some folks have even suggested to me retreat to Corahelm, which has the same problem. Like all of those cards have exactly the same issue. So until those issues are fixed, then those suggestions are just not particularly useful, because they completely ignore the whole point of the deck. Can we join company here, please? Wait, what? Oh. That's pretty great. Oh, I fucked this up. Yeah, I messed this up. So now I can't attack. So I had to attack first. Oh no, they're just tapping out. Awesome, sweet. Okay, so this is obviously great for us. So now we actually get to serve, which is really nice. We do have to fetch shock here, but considering that we're going to be dropping a Knight of the Reliquary, it's probably not that big of a deal. We're Valiant again, my man. Yeah, Levi, I've actually been very impressed by this deck. Like, I've been doing really well with it. I've been doing really, really well with it. And it's just been exciting, right? Like, I just get to play... I get to play fucking... I get to play... What's his name? I get to play Reclaimer, so... It's just great. Yeah, I think I'm just serving here. They say hate the player, not the game. That's fair. Also, I received your dono, Levi. Let me know what you would want me to play and stuff. Also, I only just attack with this because of, yeah, exactly this. It's so relevant that Skyclave exiles. Like my opponent could have gotten a lot of value there, and they just didn't. Now this coming turn, I can actually just attack with both. But if I had attacked with both, I wouldn't have been protected from Liliana, which is probably the only way that my opponent wins this game. Sure. You got my apparition. That's probably gonna jump here. Do you think Cole could be playing instead of Golko? Then again, you're just playing a different deck. Whenever you're doing all of these suggestions, you folks are just playing a different deck. Precisely, the deck is called Value Town. It's not called Tudor Town. Like, I'm trying to make sure that all of my cards are pound for pound a lot of value. Like, that's literally what I'm just trying to do. So, can we please draw a Dryad or a Company here? Oof, please draw a Dryad or Company. Dryad or Company, Dryad or Company, Dryad or Company. Sure, I guess I'll take that. So we're gonna serve, kill, serve at Liliana. My opponent's gonna chump with the elemental token. Thank you for the follow, AJV20. Actually, maybe they chump with the Season Pyromancer. Now, this is a very, very interesting spot right here. I think I'm actually gonna kill the Bob. It prevents my opponent from drawing cards. So if they minus, I just get the apparition. Like, this sucks if my opponent naturally top decks their fourth lightning bolt. I guess push would also suck because my opponent gets to minus and then they get to do the other thing. But now I just get to answer Liliana, right? My opponent can plus or they can minus. If they minus, they just kill Liliana themselves. So I just have a, they get a 2/2, but I just have a 7/7, and like, we're just in fine shape now. Courser is pretty solid here. Reclaimer. I guess Reclaimer is kind of hot. I'm okay drawing Reclaimer. Again, we're not playing Horizon Canopy, which maybe we should be playing, honestly. I don't know. That's a Renin 6. That kind of doesn't do anything. Super rewarded for going for the kill, what's his name line, kill the Bob line. Do we actually not care about this dude? I guess what we can do is we can serve the Courser here and then knight at them. Sweet. But like, our draws are just so much more powerful than theirs. Like, obviously Novel Hierarchy is not the most powerful draw, but I guess even Hierarchy gives me a lot of control over what we're gonna be doing here. We can ramp super hard to Croxa. All right, and that's pretty problematic. So they get Croxa back, go down to 1, but then they have to chump the Knight of the Reliquary. I guess it's not a chump. Yeah, using Reclaimer here is interesting. The thing is that I'm kind of interested in drawing this Noble Hierarch and just not play it. Because then we can just pitch it to the Croxa attack. And we chump with Reclaimer. The problem is that my opponent has Season Pyro, so we can't... Like, my opponent still is gonna have blockers next turn. We can swing for 8, 9... this is close. I think I'd rather just... No, yeah, I think I'd rather just activate Reclaimer here. That's real good. Yep. That's real good. So now opponent can only chump attack. They can't use discard spells. And we can gain life in response to the trigger. So unless my opponent draws exactly Lightning Bolt or Call Against Command. Those are literally the only 2 cards that matter right here. Lightning Bolt and Call Against Command. That's a redraw. Lightning Bolt on K Command. We're playing around discard spells super nicely. Now opponent can't really attack. Rain and Ticks doesn't do anything. They even exiled our lands, so they can't even get them back. Yeah, we're looking good here. We're looking very, very good. Sure, pinging me for 1. Do you want to attack, opponent? You sure you want to attack? That's what I thought. End step. Do we want to draw the Reclaimer? Not really, so I guess we're just going to sack this, get a Flagstones, gain a life, and I'm just gonna crack my clues here. It basically doesn't matter what's on top. Look at this fair magic being played here. Isn't this exciting? All of this fair magic. So fair. So fair, so magic. Can we force a chump? Can we force a double chump is the real question. One, 2, 3. So that's 9. So this guy is just lethal by, I guess this gal is lethal by herself. This gal is not lethal by herself. So I guess I cannot really force a chump just yet. But I can serve with Trucker. Been busy, but watching your YouTube yesterday, Knight plus Flagstones plus Dryad is hot interaction. Yeah, it really is, Stabs. It really is. Just overall good stuff. I've already hit my land drop, so I guess I'm just passing here. And I'm gonna be holding up to basically this in my hand so I can pitch in case my opponent draws Liliana or a K command like we said earlier. And like eventually, like I'm gonna find a company, right? Like I have to find a stupid collected company at some point. We can't just keep on dodging. Liliana, just sack this. Maelstrom Pulse would be a little bit more annoying, but not even by that much. And they found exactly Maelstrom Pulse. Must be a nice. Must be nice. Hello there. Hello there, you sexy man. It's cool that you tried, opponent. It's cool that you tried. Got the Ghost Squid to gain life. Yeah, that's why I fetched Ghost Squid like 3 turns ago. Also, Flagstones gains 2 life. Because of Reclaimer. Yep, got me. You killed my 1/1. You want to attack with Crocsat too? Crack Clue. Hey. Funny. Crack Clue. That's cool. It just doesn't matter. I'm just grabbing cards at random. Opponent's super dead. Grant with the raid. Welcome, Grant. How was your stream? Hope your domination, absolute domination of the limited format is continuing. I saw that you have like 60, 100 trophies or something. Didn't tap no for mana. It was summoning sick. Noble was summoning sick. This is probably not the matchup for Scrybe Ranger, right? I didn't cheat, clearly a punt. My bad. My bad. Revoker is kind of interesting in this matchup, but I think that they're just simply too taxed, right? Like we have to answer Liliana, we have to answer Renin 6. Like we're basically forced to name Renin 6 with Revoker, and it also always allows my opponent for a very easy 2-for-1 with Kolaghan's command. So I don't think I wanna be doing. Oh, that's right. My opponent's deck plays discard spells. Totally forgot there. You don't like Path there? No. That sucks. It's a bad top deck. Cuando elige quitar el rampeo, si siempre vas a tener que hacer un coste 3 en el turno 2 o es por el Renin 6. Por el Renin 6. I really don't want to see a Bob. Anything else, I don't think I care too much about. Like if my opponent has like a Ren or a Goif, I don't think those matter too much. But yeah, that one is a problem. Okay. Yeah. Bob's pretty fucking good right here. Honestly, I'm surprised to see Bob in Jund right now. It kind of just feels like a bad idea. Oh yes, my opponent's a minuser. Green-White Company Advanced for Titan Players class? No. I haven't finished the curriculum just yet. I'm not done with the curriculum just yet, so. What's up, house? You have to bold this, so. Sure, minus for no reason, love to see it. Liliana, the last hope. They have a second one? What is that nonsense? Yeah, opponent's deck list is weird. Sure. And they're playing in a weird way too. Okay, this is starting to be a little bit problematic. How can we win? What's the recipe for winning this game? We need to find Aberration. So Aberration gets rid of Liliana. We can also get rid of the other Liliana. The problem is that if we don't get rid of this Liliana, then the other Liliana just kills us, so... we have to get rid of this Liliana. Opponent can minus, and then they get a 3-3, but that kills their Liliana, which means that then we can play Raminap and we can be in okay shape. Oh, that's right, we play Collected Company in our deck, of course. I forgot for a second. Obviously, that's the line. Obviously, casting Collected Company is the line. Get back their basic forest. Okay, not bad, not bad. Not bad, we don't have good attacks, but we can start pressuring Liliana next turn. So if their card in hand is a basic forest, so if they don't draw like a Goyf, we're probably okay. Honestly, the fact that we're still in this game is kind of really impressive. I am very impressed by the fact that we're still playing here. Okay, so that's the forest that we knew about. What is this, a bolt? Bolt would really suck. No, don't tell me you have a Seasoned Pyromancer. You're not allowed to have a Seasoned Pyromancer. You're just not allowed. Pillage. Oh yeah, Pillage resolves. This is an amazing example of overboarding on my opponent's side. You love to see it. You love to see it. My opponent continues to minus their Ashiok recklessly. Recklessly. So... I mean, let's not be idiots here. Let's see what's up. Do we have stuff to fetch with this? One... Planes... Yeah, we have stuff to fetch. Yeah, this is fine. So we're gonna send both at Ashiok. My opponent's probably gonna upgrade their illusion token. But now, because my opponent has been mindlessly minusing their Ashiok for literally no reason whatsoever, now we finally get to get rid of it, which means that we get to fetch, which means that we get to resolve Collected Company. Which means that we may actually, yeah, we're just ahead now. Sweet. I guess that we are ahead now. What am I killing with this apparition? Just the Ren and 6. Wow. Imagine if my opponent's actually had been at 5 loyalty when I attacked it right now. Isn't that crazy to think about? Isn't that completely crazy to think about? Yep, now my opponent is literally getting card disadvantage thanks to this Liliana. You love to see it. You love to see it. I guess maybe I should have... I guess I should have fetched the main phase there. Because now I'm opening the tracker to not give me value. Woof. That's hot. Yep. As I was saying, that is indeed hot. I guess that I want to attack Liliana first. Now we get to deploy the Reclaimer. I'm not playing around the Wrath here. And now we just win? Oh yeah, baby. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. How about we sack this one? We get nothing, I guess. But now we get a Valakut. PU that one. Always yes, always yield. Land, PU. Hudson with the Prime Sub coming back for the full year. Full year. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hudson. Well, this is actually just lethal, isn't it? Still lethal? Yep, still lethal. I should have never won this game. I'll be here until I redeem a new brand league. Damn, that's some high hopes right there. Wow, I cannot believe we won that game two. I have to say that I am honestly very impressed by what just happened. Their name was Croxa, yeah. Number of times you say I should have never won that. Yeah, it happens often, right? But I think it's one of the things, like, I just play Modern. I play Modern all the time, right? Like, I feel like I have a fairly good grasp, at least in most situations, about what matters and what doesn't. And I have a lot of experience in the format, so I just know how the matchups plays out. I know what I should be prioritizing. I know what I should be just not really paying attention to. And I know what are the common ways that I can make a comeback. Again, like I called, in order to make the comeback, we need to find apparition, and that's what we did. And like, it's just I've been around the block a couple of times, I guess is the way to put it. So it's interesting to see anyway. Here's hoping my opponent's not playing mill. I'm kind of a big deal. I'm not saying that I'm a big deal. I'm just saying that I play a lot of Modern. That doesn't mean that I'm particularly good at it. It just means that I play a lot. I think I'm saving this for a Scourge, so I'm just gonna Knight here. I'm just gonna Knight of the Reliquary. Tracker is hella sexy, honestly. Find the planes, play my Knight. Here we go. Knight of the Reliquary, such a sweet card. I love this card so much. Are we on green-white binder? No, green-white company. So budget replacement for Hierarch, what is better, Abba's Pilgrim or Llanowar Elves? Yeah, you would definitely play Births before either one of those. Don't have the Dismember. Okay. You would definitely be playing Births before either one of those, and then you would probably be playing... That's a good question. What would I be playing in that spot? Just never-ending stream of Knights of the Reliquary. I honestly don't know what I'd be playing. Maybe a split? You definitely need a lot more green mana than white mana, so Llanowar Elves makes more sense. That would be like the level 0, but at the same time you need double white for operation. Yeah, I think I would go maybe 3-1 split. Oh, I guess it would be 1 and 1, because you would be playing 4 birds, so yeah. No, I think that the green is more important. Oh, come on, really? Just naturally found all of the dismembers. TBR for the win? No TBR. But yes, a goif. Why couldn't they just draw Bolt as the removal? Would have been a lot more fair. What's up, Agrolim? How's it going? Seal of Fire. That's lethal. They kill my noble and I lose. How do I feel about Scrybe Ranger here? I think I don't like it either. We're playing against all the matchups where Scrybe Ranger just kind of sucks. What's up, Ghost King? And this is the issue that I had with Scrybe Ranger and why I hadn't really tested it in the deck up until today. It's just... like, Modern is not Legacy, right? Modern is not Legacy. You just need like your cards to be pound for pound good. You can't just have these cards that are like synergistic, but like only really do anything at all if you have like some actual business going on as well. So I think this card is just not good enough. Having said this, we're obviously gonna get paired against some deck against which this card is gonna be nuts, but again, like it just has to come out way too often for me to want to, you know, be playing the card in the main deck. This hand's nice. What is she supposed to do best? More landfall business? Well, I mean, it synergizes well with Knight. It synergizes well with Reclaimer. It synergizes well with Mana Dorks. That's like the main selling point is those, basically. Am I supposed to path this? Nah, there's no way. I am gonna fetch though, because I might draw Oriok Champion. You're free. You are free to go. How did he know that? Oh my god! Oh, whoa! Whoa! You're free to do all of that stuff. Heart of the cards. Exactly. We can also do a little. I always with the worldly tutor plays. Yeah, I'll block. I'm blocking, opponent. I'm blocking. Yeah, I mean, I'm playing a 3/3 here, which could die to a lightning bolt. But like, if my opponent's spending their turn doing that stuff, that probably means that they're not spending their turn like Thoughtseize me. Thoughtseize would suck. It doesn't even surprise me anymore yet. You can handle this, Kevin. Come on. Grow up, Kevin. You coward. Didn't even play. Oh, now you have Bolt as your removal, right? Now you did draw the lightning bolts. Of course. Yeah, I'll block you, your Swift Sphere. Now you don't have Dismember, you have lightning bolt, right? Psh. At least they didn't. Ah, but that's so good though. That's so good though. That's so good. Nah, I'm just accompanying. We're risking a Thoughtseize if I don't do this. And I'm gonna do it main phase because we can find Dryad plus Courser. I'm still not attacking. I don't want to grow their shadows, and obviously, like, saving this damage is probably a lot more relevant. I have to imagine this knight is gonna die again, but Moto still hasn't fixed company UI. No, it had. Wait, what? Why are we killing an apparition instead of the Knight of the Reliquary? I guess I can kill both, sure, whatever, but... Damn, blocking. Take you damage so they can play the shadow. Sounds good. Oh, we haven't always used to this one. That's fine. bad, not bad. Oh, sweet. Would like Heliod to Kozilek's return? Sure, but like we're not really actually. Like we have 2 removal spells in hand, which can answer literally everything that my opponent can do. We're drawing another one. So no, like it would be good for them for sure, but like we're not dead to it or anything. Okay, command. 2 damage to that. Discard the card. So I guess I path this, right? It gives my opponent a land, but like it just saves my Courser. The Courser seems like a lot more valuable. My opponent should have obviously done this before, after damage was already dealt. I guess that they wanted to deal 1 more point with the Swift Sphere, so it kind of makes sense, I guess. I can swing for 4. Or I can just swing for 2. I think I'm just serving for 2. Like I'm just blanking the Scourges in my opponent's hand right now. We can grow the Shadow because like we have an answer in hand and we're destroying another answer next turn, so we're kind of in okay shape. Lock and block. And your Shadow's dead. Opponent doesn't want to leave the Lurrus life, which is interesting. Draw a card. Whew! That's hot. It's hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Yep. Didn't they have bubbles? I assume that they had bubbles. Maybe I was wrong. Do I want Bojuka Bog? Maybe over one of these Ghost Squatters? I love this deck so much. It's pretty nice. I think that Skyclave is the only reason why this deck is possible. If this card had never been printed, this deck would probably not be possible. But this just like slots so well. It just slots so well into the deck. It just has everything the deck could have ever wanted. Like in the past, we were forced to play like some stupid freaking what's his name? We were forced to play some of the stupid card. I can't remember the name. Oh, that's actually a great draw because this allows me to Reclaimer on 1, and if they kill it, I can still champion on 2. Path to Exile. We were forced to play in Path to Exile, which is a card that we were not particularly keen on. Have you seen the Reclaiming Amulet this way at Prolo? I did. I think it's nice, but it has a couple of mistakes. I don't think you can afford to play. You cannot play basic planes in Amulet. That's just not possible. Scourge. Next turn we can actually just kill the Scourge, which is hilarious. Horror Champion is the best removal spell? It really is, right? Protection from your deck, opponent. Protection from your 75. Protection from your 75. Oh, man. So tell me, do you have another one? Because I do. If they do have another one, we are in trouble. What are they supposed to take here? Are they supposed to take the Knight of Autumn? Like, do we live in a hilarious world? Yeah! Knight of Autumn, too strong. Knight of Autumn, way too strong. That is so funny. That is so freaking funny. So I guess we play our land and we play a Knight of the Reliquary. Always yes, always healed. Terminate. What's larger, the Scourge or the Shadow? This can be a 4/4 up to a 6/6, but they need to swing. They need to attack themselves, and then this just grows larger, right? So. Are they gonna dome themselves here? That could be an interesting play. They don't. Not bad. Let's go with this. Wow. That is so unlucky. So if opponent plays Lurrus, we can eat the bubble. We take 4/5. Man, I really want to ram it up. Oh, Seal of Fire, duh. That's right. That's much better. So then we block here, we seal, my opponent gets the bubble. Ooze is just a 2/2. I just need more mana. I don't have enough mana to do all the stuff that I want to do. Do I just have to Ramen up? Opponent plays Lurrus, they get Seal of Fire. That's 2. We're down to 7. They can Seal of Fire themselves, I guess. That's 6. We block the Scourge. Well, I'm thinking about the possibility of just like Skyclave kill the Shadow. Which eases a lot of the pressure. And then next turn, like my opponent plays their dude, and then next turn we can either find a green source or we can Scavenge Genius eat the Seal of Fire on the following turn. Well, that's the thing. I don't have to die. I have ways to actually just untap. The thing is that if I expose the Ooze, I just lose to the Lurrus and the Shadow. This is blanking the Scourge, but it cannot blank the Shadow, so that is my problem. If I play the Ooze and eat the Seal of Fire, what happens? Can I just not block? I block here and I take 4, 5, 6. And we lose to a fetch land. But then if I can untap on the following turn, then we actually kind of lock it up. If I excuse and need a creature, I guess we can trade for the Swift Spear, and then next turn we can Apparition the other thing. Well, the seal is not useless because he can either grow the Shadow or just kill me straight up. Wow, that company weapon was just devastating. If we had any sort of board presence right now, this would be a lot easier to navigate, but... I mean, we have 16 minutes. We're still 3 minutes ahead of my opponent. I think I can take my sweet time here to figure out what the best line is. I think that's probably the best one, though. We gain a life. We also do gain a life of the Lurrus, which was something that I did fail to think about. Okay, that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Like, the fact that they whiffed there is huge. The problem is, like, Bubble is also really threatening, but I think we have to let this go. And now we eat... If we eat a creature, opponent plays Seal of Fire, they leave it chilling there. Yeah, that's probably fine, actually. In fact, they might even get back the bubble here. Okay, they do get the Seal of Fire because the Seal of Fire opens up an attack with the Swift Spear. So now we can't block, but we are kind of fine anyway. I actually think I eat the shadow here. Because the ooze just blanks the Lurrus. And I still don't have good blocks for the Death Shadow. Like, the Death Shadow is the only thing that's actually allowing my opponent from continuing to serve. Now, do we attack with the Scavenging Ooze here? Now, that is interesting. If I serve with Ooze... No, we don't attack with Ooze this turn. We don't attack with Ooze this turn because we can bubble. Oh, we just do that. Okay. So now we just eat both things. If my opponent top decks exactly... what's his name? That sucks, but... Lightning Bolt or Dismember. Those are the cards that I don't want to see. Bolt and Dismembers are the only two problematic cards, I think. Oh, they just drew TBR. Okay, we couldn't beat TBR anyway, so we're just gonna act like my opponent has nothing. Can block here. Displace around K command. So we can't beat TBR, can't play around that. This makes it so... We block here, because if we block on the Swift Spear, let's say they have Bolt. If they have Bolt, they would have just killed my Ooze and swung for lethal. Oh no, that wouldn't have been lethal, I guess. Now if they Bolt face, they actually have lethal. So I guess I have to block the Swift Spear. But yeah, TBR just doesn't... We're dead to TBR. Okay. You sure you don't want to replay that one? I'll definitely eat it though. This gains a life. Basic forest. Pass the turn here. Don't want to argue, don't want to debate, don't want to hear what kind of food you hate. You won't get no dessert till you clean off your plate, so eat it. Don't you tell me you're full. Just eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Get yourself an egg and beat it. Have some more chicken. Have some more pie. It doesn't matter if it's boiled or fried. Just eat it, just eat it. Eat it, just eat it, just eat it. Oh. That's a beautiful song, Magus. I'm so happy you share that with everybody. I'm so happy you share that with all of us. Oh, I should have played my land first. Because now I can make this at 4/4 if I want to. Have a banana? Have a whole bunch. Please add a drum track to it. So Scoos is out of Dismember range, which is good for us. We have many draws that just win the game here. I'm not gonna fetch. Not gonna fetch. This Ariok champion is the undisputed MVP of this deck, of this game. Kriegassen, like the kids say. Wow. What a match. What a game we just won. How insane is this deck? How insane is this deck? If I knew which matchup we were playing, I might keep this against like a John style deck. Like if I knew we were playing against another fair deck, but I'm not gonna keep it here. I'm gonna keep this one. This deck is as insane as Britney Spears late 2000s. It's a good comparison. How is this deck against Infect / Hammer Time? I don't know. Maybe we're about to find out. We are about to find out. Although I guess this could be Heliod. Land. Just gotta draw land, baby. If we find our land, we're gonna be in really, really good shape. We're playing a 26 land deck. Also, this was the card that I bottomed. Funny, right? It is, in fact. I've bricked 26 land before. I bricked 34 lands before, so yeah. I am familiar with the concept of variance. I am familiar with the concept of variance. Yes! And I'm slamming the knight. We're basically giving up this turn, but next turn I can just Ghost Quarter and my opponent can't redirect Ghost Quarter. In fact, we can Ghost Quarter twice, even playing through a Blossoming Defense. Flooded Strand? What? Excuse me, what? Blighted Agent is a bit more problematic. Certainly a bit more problematic, but we do have Dryad plus Raminap, so maybe we can get there? Chip in for 2 damage, makes sense. So we have 3 mana right now. We play Raminap, that's the 3rd land. We get to Knight for Valakut, on end step. This is assuming I don't die, right? This is assuming I don't die. I'm trying to set up the best case scenario in case I don't die. That's up to 3 lands. Next turn, we play Dryad. Thanks to Raminap, we play the same fetch land twice. Then the second Dryad we play actually gets us to the 6th land. Then we play the fetch land. We use Knight to get a second Valakut, and we're gonna be able to deal 12 to my opponent. Or we can just clear their board. We can deal 2 to Spellskite, then 1 to Blight Agent. I think that's my best route to victory. One mana short of playing the Dryad this turn, which is unfortunate. This also, if I'm desperate, I get to Knight of the Reliquary for Ghost Quarter to blow up the Inkmoth if I need to. But I would like to not Ghost Quarter because Ghost Quarter keeps me further away from from Valakut. If they, yeah, I was gonna say, if they have something that just straight up kills me, like we just die. This doesn't stack, right? With scale up. Okay, they just had it, so it didn't matter. We want those. We want Arcana. We want Eidolon. Maybe want Revoker. Let's go with this. Nah, Mind Sensor's bad. Nope. This is better. That's if they want to play one Blast Zone. There's so many lands that we could play if we had the room for, but we don't. Blast Zone, Bog in the main deck, Radiant Fountain / Kabir Crossroads. There's so many lands that I wish we had the room for, but unfortunately we have some steep mana requirements, like you often want double white on turn 2, and you also want double green on turn 2 for Courser. And there's also the whole Reclaimer thing, right? Reclaimer requires you to have 4 Flagstones, and it also requires you to have a bunch of actual planes so you can fetch and get value from the Flagstones. So it doesn't look like it, but the deck's mana requirements are super steep. I played less than 75 Hammer's Time, so more play. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the cards that we can play if we wanted to. But it's also one of those cards, like, I wouldn't... Like, I'm playing 26 lands right now. And I'm considering that I'm playing 24 lands right now. I'm playing 24 lands and a Valakut. That's basically what I'm doing. I think I'm meeting Ghost Quarter here, which delays my development for a turn, but I think it's fine because it's going to delay my opponents as well. I'm going to play a bird. If my opponent does something, I'll go Quarter. If they don't do anything, I won't. Seems better than Scrybe Ranger. Yeah, again, I'm testing Scrybe Ranger. I'm not too worried about the Bulbous matchup, by the way. Excuse me? Okay, that explains the Flooded Strand, I guess. You thought about Yorion? I'm not interested in Yorion. Not interested in cards that slow me down. Teferi Infect. That's funny. Yeah, Relighted Agent fucking sucks. I'll block. What are the chances that we can actually lock them out with Ghost Quarter? Let's see. Let's find out. And I don't care about the Ink Moth, right? Like, we can just block it with the Verse of Paradise, so I'm just going after the base, the colored sources. Iron Ward 9, thank you for the follow. I'm just trying to, like, I feel like the only way that I can win this game is I can manage to bottleneck my opponent on mana. If I can bottleneck them on colored mana, maybe we can get there. That's my only shot. Been watching for YouTube for a while, so time and follow on Twitch too. Awesome. Welcome to the stream, Iron War. If my opponent gets the land tapped, I'm gonna path right now. No, I'm gonna path on end step. Okay. It's not dead. Three infect. Do I play around Piers? I don't play around Piers. There's no way my opponent's playing Spell Pierce over there. Dry top deck would be interesting. Not really. I guess it would be. Yeah, I guess a dry top deck would be pretty hot. Because we got the Flagstones. Good top deck. Good top deck. Good top deck. That sucks. I guess I should have Ghost Quartered first. Yeah, I fucked that up. Yeah, I fucked that up real bad. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, super punished. Grossly punished. Meow Mix Max, thank you for the follow. Super fucking punished. Yeah, I messed that up. I didn't think about them having Blossom in defense. No Hark. Yeah, just ops now. Yeah, but then I don't play the Skyclave and we get him this turn, right? So I really fucked it up. I really fucked it up. That was such a small misstep that ended up being huge. Yeah, we're just dead. Brutal. I'm dead on the attack. I can't stop the Blight Agent and I'm just dead on the attack. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a misplay. It was not only a misplay, but a game losing misplay. You are dead to attack plus defense. Again, I go squatter first. If my opponent doesn't use the defense, I play the thing I play the Skyclave on second main phase and we get rid of the Blight Agent. So no, I was not. If I had played correctly, I would have won. Closer than I would have expected for a normal deck against Infect. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had multiple cards that would have probably helped us a lot, right? Like Triad, another one of our paths. We don't have that many paths, unfortunately. I don't think there's that much room for paths. All big manas against Infect are bad. I mean, yes, you're right, but this is not a big mana deck, right? My point is that you might be dead to a top deck in either way. Of course I'm dead to a top deck. Like, of course, obviously I'm dead to a top deck. I'm playing using the cards that are in play. Like I can't play around some top decks, but like I'm actually dead on board. And I could have been not dead on board. But yeah, of course I'm dead. If my opponent top decks the nuts and I'm dead, yeah, of course, yes. Also, if I had top decked, they would have been dead. Like it's the same thing. 4 is a big mana spell, yeah. So what I'm looking for here, obviously, is gonna be Raminep Excavator, Iron War 9 with the tier 2 sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, Iron War 9. Coming in hot, supporting the stream. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. What are we doing here? 2 options. I think I'm gonna go with the option that makes for the line that makes it more likely for me to win the game, which is for my opponent to have to spend their mana to get to crack Expedition Map in order to get Tron, and then I can just leverage Knight of the Reliquary. I think this is the line that makes it the most likely for me to win because it gives me the most mana to work with. It allows me to play a second Knight next turn. Otherwise, if I just go like Noble Hierarch, attack for 2, and then go squatter you, like next turn my opponent sets up Tron again and I'm fucked, right? So by doing it this way, next turn I can put on a clock that can potentially kill my opponent before they are able to battle through both of my Ghost Squatters. Yeah, there you go. So they just had the nuts, so Nothing we did mattered. Same, we're currently averaging 96 per hour, so you gotta keep that rate going. That's fair. Well, we can't activate Night. Unfortunately for me, my opponent wanted to be mana efficient. So now we get to play this. Play this. Attack Karn. Clear that out of the way. And draw step. I am going to blow up. They didn't search for any one of them. Like the one that they searched was Flatstone. So I'm just going to go after the tower. Because we don't really have any information. Not going to be able to get Blaststone upticked quickly enough. So this is 8 damage. So we can set up a 2-turn clock, force my opponent to crack the Blaststone for 2. There we go. Just going for the tower is not the way to go. If the opponent has eviction map, we'll see search. Yeah, so Iron War, that is definitely a way of thinking about it, and you are correct. But that only makes sense. Only makes sense if you think that your opponent is going to be doing that exactly this turn, right? Yeah, I mean there's no way we could have played around this. It's kind of is what it is. That is only true exactly if we are thinking that my opponent is going to be doing that right now. That's a devastating Thruktas, which is something that I don't think I've ever seen with any decks that I ever played. I mean, realistically, what's winning this game is this Binding Needle, right? It's a small thing, but might matter later. Just giving tips. Yeah, no, I'm very well aware of that. But again, like that's a little bit short-sighted in that it actually only matters with the situation that I was pointing out earlier. Under other circumstances, then the opposite actually is what matters. What matters is for I guess that they could have Ember Cool the Promise then, so I'm going to exile their stuff. They could have like they could like the second tower, if they were to play a second tower, then they would have 1 extra mana. I'm going to attack with the Knight. We found the task matchup, yeah, for sure. I thought about Limbala in the sideboard, and that's why I have Revokers. Revokers are better in a Collected Company deck than Limbala. Also, I've had this situation come up too many times where you just Revoker something, where you just Limbala and they play a Skyclave Operation, kill your Limbala and immediately kill you. So if that's what's going to happen, I'd rather for Revoker to be the card that they are killing because I can company into it. And all I need is for it to buy me time. Like Limbala doesn't just win the game, it buys you time. It's always tower if you have zero info. Yeah, that's the way that I think of it, yeah. If you have no info whatsoever, then I always go for the tower. Can we please draw what's his name? Apparition. If we find Apparition, maybe we have a shot still. That's fine. Yeah, I've had the Limbala situation come up basically every single time that I've cast Limbala against the Heliod deck. Skycliffe? So weird for a Skycliffe to be the card that I want to draw against Tron right now, right? It's pretty funny that that's the we find ourselves in such a scenario. I guess the Raminab would also be pretty nice. Raminab would be very nice actually, because I can go Squatter twice. We're just gonna pass. I can't beat anything, basically. But if I untap, I might have a shot. But I can't beat shit. I can't beat anything. Yeah, that's the one that I can beat the least, actually. Out of all the ones that I cannot beat, that's the one that I can beat the least. So that's funny. Ooh, let's get out of here. Mind Sensor. Probably want Arcane, probably not Eidolon though. No, but I wouldn't have Valakut first. I would have Ghost Squattered. But Valakut would have allowed me a way to kind of stabilize, right? Let's say that my opponent passes and they don't do anything. I can untap, I take a bunch of damage, doesn't matter. I untap and then I can use Reclaimer to get Valakut and I can clear my opponent's board. I can have control of the board. And then I can start to actually present the clock. So I don't think that they were dead by any means, but... kind of like this hand. Is Ranger the new modern powerhouse? Did you re-break the format? Did you take the best modern we've seen in the year and turn it on its head? That's basically what I do every day of the week, Stabs. Please play map on 1. Yeah, that would be nice. I think I'm gonna go Heath on 1. Put him moves to 3. And I feel bad because they said good luck, and I totally missed it. And I literally just saw it right now, so I feel like I'm kind of rubbing it in their face. It's pretty hot. Is this what I'm doing? I think I am. This, kids, is what we call the tempo play. That's a star, yeah. This is what we call a tempo play. Got an expedition map. Opponent can correct map. Guess I'm fine with opponent cracking map there. Smelling blood, yeah. Levi's feeling it. So this prevents them from like cantripping, and now their land center tapped. Like this guy is actually pretty solid on the play. Like that's it. Like that's the spell that they played for the turn. Now we can get a second Ghost Quarter next turn. We can ram it up and we can Ghost Quarter them again. Boom. Gotta love that Ghost Quarter life. Gotta love that Ghost Quarter life. This is a 2-turn clock. Why not sack the Flagstones? Because this can only sack Nature's Claim. Yeah, that's fine. Can only sack forests or plains. Forest or plains, but this is not a forest or plains. This gets a forest or plains. Nature's Claim is interesting. I wonder why are they bringing in Nature's Claim? Only for Revoker? I guess I think it can kill Dryad, never mind. Nature's Claim kills Dryad, and I guess it kills Courser. So maybe it's okay. On the draw, I think I don't want Arkan though. We are on the play. And we have turn 2 Knight. Hashtag buy Knight and Coco. And whenever you do, you can support the stream while you do so by using my DCG Player affiliate link. Chill. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, there's not much for us to do here. Like, if we are on the draw and my opponent has turn 3 Tron, like, that's just the way that things are. Like, there's nothing I can do about this. Wow, not playing around, what's his name? Not playing around even Mind Sensor? No respect, opponent. No respect for the Mind Sensor. Yeah, this is what I got. If this works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Finally making the shield plays when I set him up. Nice. Good job, Stabs. We're a great team. We're a great team. Oh, they just had the Natty Tron. Okay, we're like super fucked. Oh! I guess there's hope. But wait! But wait, there is hope. So we play land, we play Reclaimer. Play Reclaimer. Apparition the Expedition map. Draw step. Knight. Again, my opponent didn't fetch for anything, so I'm gonna go after the tower. All things equal, I prefer to go after the tower because of what I explained already. Tron players playing a lot more aggro lately with multiple worms and Tusk main deck. Yeah, that's what I've seen too. Womp womp! Just that Tron life, you know? Just that Tron life where nothing you do matters. I would like to see what I drew, but I can't win. Wow, we would have gotten the Raminap. Sick deck where all the cards in the graveyard. Because I have a lot of cards that get bigger when I have cards in the graveyard, Levi. That's why all my cards are in the graveyard. You gave me this because what else can you do to show my appreciation? Well, you can donate to the stream. Donations are always very appreciated. With any donation of $15 or more, I will be playing any list of your choosing. Like, for example, nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Like we're going to be playing tomorrow. Like this, for example. And like this, for example. Lots of ways to show your love. Lots of ways to show your love. Tron is a tough matchup even with GQs. I think we would have won the game if we had been on the play, but like we were on the draw, so nothing we did matter because my opponent had turn through Tron. And we could even stop turn through Tron because our payoff was exactly Wormcoil, which is the payoff that I can beat. But you know, like their hand was obviously perfect and there was nothing I did mattered really. You have a spot open for tomorrow. I'll donate for some nonsense, otherwise I'll wait till next week. I do have one spot open for tomorrow. This is very interesting. I definitely don't want to bottom the Lance. I think I'm going to bottom the Reclaimer. And we're going to go the Noble Hierarch route. Love to see it. Don't bolt my Hierarch, please. Nice. We don't know you drew the curse, so we have played the track round 2. No, I would have played the Dryad, but I would have played the fetch second. So I would have made exactly the same play. Exactly the same play that just happened. Except that now making this play is a lot better because I have access to Courser. I feel like old school Jeskai is gonna be so bad right now. The Lava Dart and Force Art things, yeah, for sure. Ranger, Captain of Eos. Lock. Never lucky. Never ever lucky. Such a wheel of relief when my opponent goes turn 1 Tron and turn 2 Matter Reshaper. Yeah. Yeah, this deck also it's pretty good against Lurrus Tron. All this dust is the only annoying thing. If you go 0-5 with a donation list, can you hold up some real life tickets and set them on fire for the memes? I don't even know what those are. Funny enough, my best draw is Ramming Up Excavator. That's what I'm going to be looking out for. What I'm going to be looking for with this company. They can make a 3-3 Ballista, but it doesn't kill anything. It's kind of fine. Can wait to get real at like the dollar store. Nah, too much work. Too much work. Electromorphos. I just noticed my opponent's name is pretty funny. Wow, we really tanked like 42 minutes to play a company. Cool. So that happens. Second company. Oh, come on. Wow. Some of the worst cookers I've seen that were in my opponents, yeah, for sure. I couldn't even hit my land drop, like, come on. Help me out here, deck, please. Didn't find an apparition so I can stop my opponent from companying. Like, all of this were gas. Like, all of this would have been great. Even finding a fucking land drop would have been at least helpful. But no. It wasn't meant to be. Archon, Mind Sensor. No, I don't think I care about these cards. I don't like Scrybe Ranger. I'm not going to be playing it again. It's been really bad every single match. Also, like, it is this synergy with Dryad. Like, we're trying to get Valakut plus Dryad going, and, like, this actively hurts us from achieving that. It's not like we have many ways of playing multiple lands a turn. We have, like, just the Dryads. Like, that's it. We get some ramping with Reclaimer plus Fuckstones, but it's not particularly effective. Yeah, Scrybe Ranger is just terrible. I have not liked it a single match that we played. Scooz is secret good in this. I mean, if they were playing something like Eternal Witness or something, but like, I don't care about having a big beefy creature. I care about my opponent not comboing out, and Scooz doesn't help me do that. It doesn't help me stop that, I mean. Oh, I guess this helps me. Okay, what do we got here? An interactive hand of sorts. It's fine. It's kind of a lot of interaction, which is nice. It really sucks when your opponent Cocos into almost the nuts, because the nuts obviously would have been for them to Coco into the actual combo when we were tapped out, right? But Cocoing into the almost nuts versus Cocoing into literally the worst possible pile of cards. I think I'm just gonna name Arbor Elf here. Try to slow my opponent down. Would say Ranger blocks Stormwing, but the deck likes to deal. Yeah, it's just not. It doesn't help. Oh, guess it was a good play. Okay, now we're gonna draw the lands. Good to know. Also, why does my opponent want to trade 1 damage for 2? Doesn't make too much sense. What you gonna do with this? Take my Courser? Not my Courser. We can't realistically win this game, right? Unless we find a company, and a pretty good fucking company at that. But I cannot just pass the turn while my opponent is ahead on board. KD1, I think you'll follow. Yeah, the thing is, like, I'm aiming at the way that I win the game is if I manage to draw a company, right? And my company is just good. So with that being the case, then I want to hold the path, so next turn I can company while holding up the path to exile. So many Skycliffs. Yeah, that's just GG's. And I don't have tracker, so I can't like recoup the card advantage that way. It has to be company, but I just roll the blanks. This is frustrating, man. This is really frustrating. It's really frustrating. It sucks. Why does my opponent get to play the good cards and I don't? It's honestly just unfair. So now they get to grow the Skyclave, which I guess is fine. Like, that's not a big of a deal. Can we please draw a good card? Fuck me. Did you try to put good cards in my deck? Clearly not. Clearly not. I saw them all last game and I couldn't see lands, and this time around we're doing the exact opposite. It's a nice looking forest. It is a nice looking forest. No arguments there. Just do value Heliod. Grinding me to the ground, or like grounding me to the ground. If it's a land, I'm just gonna concede. I'm just over this game. I'm not dead, but like I just want to pack it in. Okay. In before my opponent's Skyclips, my dude. I'm ready. I'm ready for my dude to get Skyclipped here. I'm so jealous of my opponent having having governing townships. So the lifelink doesn't matter. So if they're not going to be using their mana any other way, they should probably activate township here. Yeah, because it actually just grows the Arbor Elf as well. Oh, I guess they can do both. Also true. Also true. Kind of just pass this. Maybe this is wrong. But like I need to draw a Dryad or something of relevance here. Gonna get Ghost Squatter. Load it up right now. It's Ballista or Spike Feeder. I can't beat either, so it's just a 50-50 chance. No, I guess I want to hold this one back to block. But if they do find Spike Feeder, we can't beat the Infinite Life, so I'm just gonna pack it in. No, because stabilizing is gonna require me to find more cards. I'm gonna need to fetch a bunch in order to stabilize. Oh, come on. Come on. Real cards, please. Real cards one time. Why did I attack? That makes no sense. This is naming Ballista now. This is not naming Arbor Elf anymore. Top deck battle. Yeah, this was just a bad attack. For whatever reason, I was kind of thinking about the fact that I wanted to trade because this I thought was naming Arbor Elf, but like the one that was naming Arbor Elf already died, so it was just a bad play. Yeah, our opponent's whiffing as well, so that's like the only saving grace right now. The only saving grace is that at least my opponent is whiffing as well. No, we don't have Canopy. Maybe we should have Canopy. It was in my original lists, but then I found myself in situations where I kind of just wanted to have access to more Temple Gardens instead. Like it just felt like it was better to just have more Temple Gardens. And I just cut it for Temple Gardens. Wow! So I can send with Courser, I guess. If I send with Courser, we hold the illusion back to block and we can trade. Realistically, do you think Titan is a good choice in the meta right now? Just want your blessing for the deck before I start grading for the next showcase. I think it's good. Yeah. I think Titan is good. Can you just kill me, opponent? Just kill me so I can just move on to the next one. This card is a fucking beating, man. I have to imagine they have at least one more copy of Heliod in hand. Why don't you want to run just to end the game? So how am I getting it? If I play a Titan, like how the hell am I getting it out of my deck? Just naturally draw it? Is that the plan? You get lucky, yeah. I'd rather just play cards that work with what I'm trying to do here instead, you know? Heart of the cards. Alright, am I dead? Am I dead yet? Best cocoa of your life coming up. Yeah, I'm gonna need that, honestly. Okay, here we go. What do you got for me, opponent? What do you got for me? When did I last play Titan Vile? What? Oh, Titan Vile. Oh, like 6 months ago or maybe more. When I was brewing the deck. If opponent whiffs here, I will die laughing. I mean, I don't think that if my opponent's taking all of this time to tank, it's because they're whiffing. Come on, opponent, I want to start the next league. They had to hit the screenshot, just grind inside. It's possible. Why are we slow rolling? Why are we slow rolling? They literally had it. Like, why? What are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing? Why did we stand for a full minute while my opponent chooses the 2 best cards to pick from? Ah. Oh, man. Alright. Get this bullshit out of here. That was terrible. I felt a couple of situations today where I would have liked to have access to a canopy. So I guess we're gonna do that, cut in a temple garden. And this leaves me room for one more card. It can be second scavenging ooze. It can be third tracker. I think it's gonna be second scavenging ooze, which leaves me one sideboard slot. Random but relevant. Does Dread have legs at the moment? I honestly don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time. Like, I'm playing a Bujuki Bog in the sideboard, but like, I haven't seen Dredge in a minute. What am I playing next week? I'm just gonna be continuing to work on this deck. I think this deck is good, and I want to make it good. I want to make it even better. So I think I'm gonna go with this. Jump random Azusa? Nah. I already have Dryad for that effect. Thank you for that follow, R Pengriff. Yeah, so I think this is what I'm gonna be trying out. Right now. Is there any other land that I would like to give a shot to? I don't think so. I think that before any other land, I would play Bog in the main deck. But again, this deck is playing 24 lands and 2 win conditions, so 2 win conditions that tap for mana. I already had Township and it was bad. Yeah, Pangriff, that was a starting point for the deck. We just updated it with apparitions, trying out reclaimers and dryads, stuff like that. But that was the opening show. Yeah, Bad Nightfall is fun. It's a different deck from this one. But yeah, the first league wasn't very good, Sari. We started 2-0 and then we lost 3 in a row through some very frustrating circumstances. But it's okay. Alright, folks, that was the first league of the day. We're going to be playing a second one with this updated list. So if you are watching on YouTube, thank you so much for checking it out. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.